Today, I'll be presenting a progress report on my Future Cultures digital artifact. My digital artifact is a personal career plan outlining the steps I've taken and plan to take over the next few years to secure a marketing and event management position in the music industry, consisting of a 3-part blog series. In tying my project in with the overall Future Cultures focus, I'll then conclude the series with a one-off video piece exploring the short-term future of the music industry and the additional steps necessary, based on current and predicted industry trends, in order for me to land my dream job within the next 3 to 5 years. My target audience includes both aspiring and established professionals in the industry, particularly those similar to myself as a young Australian with a passion for marketing and events. Those aspiring to work in the industry will benefit from the advice, statistics, and resources presented, while existing professionals will be targeted as an additional source of guidance to enhance the content of my blog series and offer further advice based on their own experience. This is my original production timeline, edited to reflect the completed stages and minor adjustments made over the course of the project thus far. I've managed to successfully meet each of my established deadlines, with the first 2 posts already available online. I've also edited the tasks for week 12 and 13 as I decided against creating an audio piece in favour of a YouTube video. As mentioned, I made 2 minor adjustments to my original plan. Firstly, I decided to expand my target audience to more broadly include individuals in the entertainment industry as a whole. This comes as a result of background research which found a significant overlap between the advice given to aspiring music business students as well as those studying other entertainment areas. The second change involved the addition of a video piece in place of the audio piece to conclude my blog series. After reflecting on my own personal experience with each type of content and conducting further research, I decided a visual element will be most effective for my project. This video will be shared on YouTube and embedded into a new blog post and will allow me to include visuals to support my discussion. I've broken the feedback received into 2 sections, starting with peer feedback from my original pitch. The first piece of feedback suggested combining my second and third blog posts into a single installment. However, I've decided against this as I view each blog as having a very distinct purpose. My volunteering post specifically focuses on obtaining evidence and networking within the industry, while my internship post will focus on developing practical marketing skills. Here's the original comment. Volunteering and interning are also usually separated in the career advice blogs I've read, which include all of the following. The second piece of feedback suggested exploring the impacts of COVID on the music industry, though this is something I'd already planned on discussing in my concluding video. Again, this is the original comment. Finally, the third piece of feedback touched on the lack of subject content. As this feedback was actually given by 2 students, I decided to quickly touch on it now. The most relevant lecture topic for my digital artifact is Wendell Bell's multiple futures, where the difference between my probable and preferable futures largely comes down to the competitiveness of the industry and the recent impacts of COVID. While I would love to get into my desired position shortly after graduating, there's such a high supply for very little demand. Additionally, the impacts of COVID have drastically changed the live music landscape, so it will likely take longer than my ideal timeframe to formally establish my career. Section 2 is specifically based on user feedback which has been collected from my blog, Facebook, Twitter, and verbal conversations. My first blog received very little engagement despite sharing it across both Twitter and Facebook, hence there was very little feedback to take on board for the second installment. I believe utilizing Twitter hashtags and sharing my posts to sites such as Reddit could have a significant impact on its performance and engagement. Although my second blog post received less engagement than my first, it was also only posted within the last 48 hours, so I'd expect engagement to increase over the next week. Finally, while I only shared 1 Facebook post with links to both installments, it received the most engagement at 12 likes and 1 share, yet still no comments. Thanks for watching, and be sure to follow my blog and Twitter for updates.